Fine. So let's continue with our Shir Gemara straight and simple. Omar Rav Huna. We're now going to learn about the halacha of kibbutz or libun on Shabbos. Omar Rav Huna. Haminayer talisa b'Shabbos chayv chatus. A person who shakes off his tallis. He takes tallis doesn't always mean, as you know, tallis in the words of the Gemara doesn't necessarily mean what you wear Shabbos morning and every day of the week during davening. Tallis may mean any, cloth, a cloak, some kind of lavush of garment, longish kind of garment. Now you're menayer, you're shaking the tallis b'Shabbos and you chayv chatas. What does it mean? I can't shake it off. Says Rashi, a menayer, what kind of menayer? Machlokes Rashi and Tosfos, which is machlokes Mechaber and Ramah. So Rashi says, menayer telusim in a offer chayv chatas. If you have offer, you have dust or a bit of dirt on your tallis or your jacket or your kapite, and you shake it off, zeuchatas, the zehu libuna. Says Rashi, this is the libun of that particular tallis. There's so much in those two words, zehu libuna. But let's just translate. What did Rashi tell us? There's tallis, I have my new black suit, and it's, got dusty, very common, right? You never realize. Yeah, you bumped against the wall, right? And there's this dust over here. You want to shake it off like this or like this to shake it off. You chayv chatos. Why? This is libuna. That's the libun of that thing, of that talis. We're going to explain exactly what it means, but it's a problem of kibbutz libun, washing, or cleaning your garments even without washing on Shabbos is chayv chatos. Now that's Rashi. Tosfos says, "Amenar talisoi." Pirush Rach min hatal she'olav. Look at Tosfos. Tosfos gives a different shot. You have some dew. Looks very nice, but not for everybody. Dew, I mean D-E-W, yeah? The dew, the tal that all those droplets or like small rivulets on your tallis, when you shake them off because you don't like it, it's not nice for you. Dainu kibbutz v'libun chayv chatos, etc. Yeah, v'chen mashma says Tosfos at the last line of al-benir min ha'ofak b'rish bakotas ein sheshayach libun. Yeah, which means Tosfos says no. If you shake off the dust, that's not called libun. When you shake off the dew, the water, that is considered as libun. So now, before we continue and explain b'chlokas Rashi Tosfos, let me explain to you something. Rashi said in an earlier sugya of libun. Yeah. So what happened? Rashi says in a previous sugya of libun. The sugya of libun is, you have a bit here and a bit there throughout the Masechta. Last time Rashi said that libun, cleaning clothes on Shabbos only applies when you do it with water. Yeah. Only when you apply water. Applying water to fabric on Shabbos is also, especially if it's dirty. And here, all of a sudden, Rabbi Akiva Eiger asks the question, what? Rashi said, only when you have water involved, it's called libun. Other than that, no. If you have cleaning without water, is not considered as libun, and that seems to be wrong, right? Rashi says here that if I shook off the dust off the black suit, as we're going to see as a garment, the new nice garment, I'm chayv chatas, what's going on? So Rashi says, not that I'm the one to answer Rabbi Akiva Eiger's questions, but it's been discussed in the Achronim, and the accepted answer is zehu libuna, which means when you apply water to your dirty clothes, even if you don't care, you don't mind, it doesn't matter. It's always libun. Objectively speaking, when you use water, that is libun. Nothing to do with the way you view it subjectively. Here, when you have, as we're going to see soon, we're talking about a specific type of tallis, which is nice, black and shiny and new. And when you shake off the white dust over your nice, shiny black thing, then for you and for that garment, that kind of libun, even without water, is considered libun. So objectively, generally speaking, globally speaking, you have to use water. And then I don't care what's your kavanah. But when you have a specific libun from white from the black, because you want to maintain it clean and especially pristine, then it's considered to be libun even without water. That's what Rashi says, Zehu libun, not libun. Rashi, every word, every letter in Rashi makes sense. It makes a difference. Zer libuna. For this talis, the libun applies. The libun is considered to be something that for this talis, even without water, just cleaning it off is considered to be choshev. Now, the Ramah follows Rashi here. Ramah says it's libun. So Ashkenazi people are not allowed to clean the dust off their nice black new suits. Toisves, with the Rach, is more like the Mechaber. He says no, only with dew. Why? Dew really is inside the beged, right? It's immersed inside. The dust is on top of it more. So I think that's as far that they say. Mechlokas Fardim Ashkenazim. Although there is a tzad mentioned in Mishnah Berurah that even if you have some really dusty garment and that's the only thing you can walk with, and we're talking about um, Mechloikas, Rashi Toisves, we're only machmir with like Rashi Lechatchila to say the dust is also to shake off. So some people say, I think Mishnah Berurah goes that way too, that to tell a goy is okay. To tell the Gentile to clean it off, Amir Lakum is also. But since Enya, some people say it's mutter, plus it's Kovet Shabbos, Kovet the Brios, plus it's a goy, there are people who may be matir. Now we're going to see how the Gemara plays very well according to what we said about the subjective case. Lo Moron, that is only true that cleaning without water is considered to be cleaning chayv chatos, ela bechadati, only with the new garment. Chadati is like chadash, taf and shin interchangeable. Aval ba'atiki leislando. If it's an old one, an old talis, most people don't care about. It's already an old one, a dust here, a dust there, not so. It did. Of course, you should always keep your clothes clean. The Gemara says in Daf Kuf Yudalet, Talmid Chacham should make sure his clothes is clean. But something that's old and it has a bit of dust or a bit of dew, dew is not so dirty anyways, then it's not an issue if you shake it off. And again, velo more, another qualification, another condition, ela b'uchmi, only a black one. Black, when you have the white dust over black clothes, then it's a problem. Then really it's an eyesore. And then, subjectively speaking, for this kind of talis, it's a problem. Aval, b'chibri v'sumki, if your garment is white or red, and let's say the dust is also whitish, right? So it's not such a clash. So then, leislando, it's not a problem. And here comes another condition. V'odekapi dalayu. Yeah, and on top of all that, it's only if you're makpid, only if you really care about the, cleanliness of your clothes. Let's say a guy who doesn't care. You have a bit of a dust here or there. Even your wife doesn't say anything, your friends in shul say it's okay, we love you anyways with your dust and your clothes. If you're not makpid, again, it's very subjective. Yeah, then copy the lie. Lamaisa today, Rav Davidovich told us in the shir when we gave a shir about it. He said that today, new. What's new? What's called new? Yeah, it has to be new, black, and you care about it. Your new black suit, pshi, chasana, yom tov, you have a new black suit, a new black kapita, only then it applies. The Master of Davidovich said that today, new clothes, they stay new for a long time. With dry cleaning that we have, we can maintain clothes clean for a long time. So he claimed that even if it's not so new, even if it's like, as long as it's respectable, as long as it's considered to be something nice that you wear normally on Shabbos, then it's also to shake off the dust. If you're Ashkenazi, Sfarim are not machmir, Sfarim only machmir when it's water. The water is mamish more inside, it's more like part of it. Something interesting, the Mishnah Berurah brings down. Of course, the dust is on top of it more. The liquid penetrates more than solid. That's the law of nature. Now, interesting, they discuss in halacha feathers. Oh, feathers, that's what I was telling you, Akiva, yeah, that when you have feathers, yeah, a guy came, I don't know, was walking through a chicken coop that was full of feathers. The feathers you can shake off because they're not really inside Bechla, they're not really attached to the beged. So that's even better. Yeah, that's even better than dust. Dew is the worst. Dust is also. Biur Halacha asks about snow. You live in Canada, you live in the States, you live in many countries, Switzerland, many countries with snow have from people in them, and you have snow all over your clothes, and you come home, you want to shake off the snow. So there it differentiates, and he says if you have a whole mountain of snow over here, as long as it's not the part that touches the beggar, it's okay. It's like the feathers. It's not called I'm cleaning the clothes. It's like a bird on the top of the clothes, and I'm home already. Mashenkin, the part of the snow that's mamish attached to the beggar, that's like the tal. That's your like water that's penetrating inside, and then it is a problem to shake it off, especially if it's something shiny and new that you care about. On the same, and that's halacha, shin aleph. Now, Ula, one second. Sorry, yeah, and Shin Beis. I'm sorry. Ula. Ikla le Pumbedisa. Ula came to Pumbedisa one day. Chaza Rabbanon de Kaminapzi Glimayu. He saw Rabbanon that they were menapets. They would shake off their Glimayu. Yeah, it was they wore black clothes, black cloaks, and they would shake it off the depends who you ask, the dust or the dew. Amar, and he said, Kamechalin Rabbanon Shabsa, Rachman al the Talmidei Yeshiva Bachri Mechal Shabbos. Oh, Pechkevilim, what's going on over here? Amar Lehu Rav Yehuda. So Rav Yehuda told them as a response to the criticism of Ula, Rav Yehuda, which I guess was a local person, the local Rav, he told them, the Putzi you should shake it more in front of him, do it in his face, yeah? Shake off the talis dafka in his face. Why? We're not Mechalel Shabbos. Anan lo kabdin and midi, right? In other words, we are not makpid. We are not such feinschmeckers. We don't care so much about our clothes being so super clean from the dew. It's a bit wet. It's nice, fresh looking. The dew is nice. Looks, like a Sprite. Looks like a commercial for Sprite. Dew all over. Why not? What's the problem? So we don't not makpid. If you're not makpid, it's okay to do. Abaye, another similar story. Abaye have a kaika made of Yosef. Abaye stood in front of Rav Yosef. Abaye was the Talmud of Rav Yosef. After Rabbah came Rav Yosef, and then Abaye was the Talmud of Rav Yosef. Omerle, Rav Yosef is now addressing his Talmud Abaye, and he said, Havli kumtoi, bring me my kumta, my hat. Kumta, you see the word is in the Gemara. Yeah, kovai. Kumta is a beret, like the soldiers wear, yeah? So bring me the hat, bring me my hat. Chaza the ikatala alei. So now Abai saw that this hat, the hat was made out of some kind of fabric, like a beret, and he saw that there is some dust over it. There was dust on it, and it was dirty. Like I guess as he's moving it, it's going to shake off. What he's supposed to do? Have a kamichasem lemeit valei. He was hesitant, mechasem, like chasum, like not sure, yeah, like blocked. He was, hesitant as what to do. Yeah, am I supposed to give it him dirty? Like it's dirty. Am I supposed to clean it? Not supposed to clean it on Shabbos. And by the way, tal, just to understand, tal, which is due, everyone agrees is a problem. Rashi is telling us even dust, right? Dust is more exterior, Rashi is more machmir. The Ashkenazim follow Rashi here, yeah? In other words, Rashi says even dust is a problem, but the Gemara says dew because everyone agrees that dew is for sure a problem. So it sounds like over here, l'choira. Now, why is that a problem? Well, it's a problem, yeah. So Bai didn't know what to do. Omar Lay comes Rav Yosef and he's speaking very assertively to Abaye. The point, Shadi, you should shake it and throw, shake and throw. Shadi, the point, shake it and throw away the dew. Why? Anan lokab dinan midi. Because we don't care. We, us, we, whatever he meant by we, people like me, we don't care about it. I mean, maybe he prefers that right now it should be clean, but we don't care about it so much. We can go out to the street like that too. It's nicer if it's clean, but it's not the end of the world. And because, again, this is very good. In other words, even if right now you do care about it, but usually you don't, that's a chiddush here, right? He did want him to clean it. Why? Because now he cared. But usually I don't care. Oh, I have a meeting with Choshev Rosh Hashiva, now I want it to be clean. But since normally I don't care about it, and since, as we said before, objectively speaking, when there's no water rinsed, no water in there, you're not washing it with water, it's not kibbutz per se. It's up to my decision, to the way I view it, yeah, when we remove the dust, if it's called kibbutz or not. And since, generally speaking, that kind of beged, that kind of person, that kind of story, I'm not makpid, therefore, and here we go with being subjective, subjectivity. Therefore, here, if it's not kibbutz, it's not kibbutz. Okay, so that's the thing. Now we're entering a not very simple sugya. I'm scared. It's not hard in pshat actually. The sugya is not very hard in pshat, but there are many fine differences here between one case and the other. And again, I will stay now. I'd like to scream out loud. Don't rely on what I say, la halacha. I try to study it as well as I can. I remember we learned it in Koilel years ago very, very well. And I have just, some memories. I went to the Mishnah Berurah. I don't know if you saw my WhatsApp. I asked you to bring Mishnah Berurah. You brought, oh, good boy. Yeah, very nice. So now, basically, we're going to see the sugya of how should one wear his tallis on Shabbos. Yeah. In other words, sometimes when a person wears his tallis in a way that is not the normal way, he folds his tallis. Let's talk about artalasim. The same can apply to kapite. Yeah, anybody Hasidish? Yeah, if you wear the kapite and you lift it up, right? Or even your jacket to wear it on top of your clothes, like not with your hands inside the sleeves. A lot of Israelis do that. Yeah. When I was a bocher, I used to feel very cool, and when I did it right, all these things are questioned. Let me just explain why. Why do we wear clothes on Shabbos? Excuse the provocative question. Yeah, how come can you wear your clothes on Shabbos to the street? You're carrying your clothes, right? You're not allowed to carry on Shabbos. Yeah, when you walk around the street in I don't know, in Canada, you have a chves like 10 layers, right? You were carrying a lot of things with you on the street on Shabbos. So what's the simple answer? I'm not carrying, I'm wearing, right? In other words, I'm not carrying the lavush. I'm walking. The lavush serves me and I don't serve the lavush. This is the golden rule you should remember throughout the sugya. Yeah, as long as I wear a nice sweater and another elegant scarf, I wear it for beauty, I wear it for tznius, I wear it for kavod, I wear it for warmth, I wear it for kavod Shabbos. As long as the beged serves me and my body, it's a rule in Mishnah Berurah. Then it's okay. But once I wear a beged for the beged, let's say, I'll give an example. Let's say you wear three sweaters on Shabbos. Why wearing three sweaters on Shabbos? And with that, it's not so cold. One sweater wants to keep me warm, and two sweaters I want to pass to my friend. Right? Is that allowed? I don't know. I never want to say, yeah. Why? You're not wearing the sweaters for yourself. You're dying from heat. You're wearing the two sweaters. Why? Because you want to pass it to your friend and take off the sweater and give it to him on the other side of the town, right? That's a very big question on Shabbos. Don't do that before asking a rav, right? Oh, when I'm serving the beged, that's already a problem. That's already carrying. Now, there are three levels here. When I wear something, these rules are golden rules, which once we know them, the following sugi will be much easier. When I wear the beged the normal way, it's fine. Even a tie, I can do without the tie, but I feel much nicer and more elegant on Shabbos when I wear the tie, right? So that's called a Shabbos cover. It's elegant, it's nice. We're actually going to speak later about even with times of the Gemara, the concept of being elegant and looking good. Yeah, people always had that need. And if I wear it for myself, for my beauty, for my thing, for my warmth, fine. Now, when I wear something not for myself, but I'm carrying it, here there are again two different levels. It's extremely important. Level number one. Everybody knows that if I carry a jacket, on the hanger, right? Mamish, not even wearing it. Of course, I'm chayiv chatas or chayiv kores if I do it b'mezid, right? I'm mamish carrying it, right? If I wear something abnormally, meaning I'm not wearing it for myself, I'm carrying it for the sake of the beged, but I'm doing it b'shinui. Let's say somebody takes a shoe. Excuse this, the very crazy example, but I'm giving a crazy example on purpose. Let's say you take a shoe and you wear the shoes. You take the shoelaces and you're wearing the shoe over here, right? I mean, maybe it's something very nice and cool for youngsters, but it's not the normal way, right? So because it's not normal, mitzad echad, I'm not wearing the shoes the normal way, so it's not allowed. Mitzad sheni, I'm not chayev. Why am I not chayev? Because it's not a normal way. It's shinui. Just like if I'm writing with my left hand, yeah, it's shaykh that I'm potter according to the Ritva in Daf Kuf Gimel, right? Because it's very abnormal for me, right? Or if I paint with my mouth, yeah, I'm not chayev because it's crazy, it's shinui. So too, if I take some beged and I wear it in a way that does serve the beged, but in a crazy way, it's only awesome darabanan because it's shinui. So the three levels: allowed, awesome darabanan, and chayev chatas. Right? When I'm doing it the right way, fine. When I'm wearing it the crazy way, but for the purpose of the beged, then what? Then it's also midrabanon because it's shinui. When I'm carrying it in a way that's mamish, no, it's normal not to wear it. It's normal to carry it that way. It's normal to serve the beged that way. Then I'm chayv chatos. Yeah, sometimes it's on my body, right? Let's say everybody in your town they all wear two sweaters and they give the sweater to the friend. That's minhag hamokoim. I don't know, 350 million people in America, that becomes the normal thing to wear two sweaters, and then the other sweater, the disposal from some reason, some environmental thing, I don't know. Ganshach, you'd be chayv chatos, right? Because that's a normal way of carrying. Yeah. These are just the rules. Oh. Now we're going to see all kinds of different cases with a lot of small, fine differences. Let's say now you wear your tallis in a way that is not the normal way. You wear your tallis and you fold it in a way, yeah, let's say you take your tallis from the back. I'm just giving one example that we were going to see at some point later. You take your tallis, you take the back, the two tzitzis in the back, right? And you fold them over here. Get what I'm saying? You have two in the front, and the whole back, you take it and you fold it over here. That's not the normal way to wear it, right? Well, you either chayiv chatos, if that's a normal way of carrying the talis, in order so the goyim don't look at you, they don't notice the talis, they'll be already chayiv chatos, or at least also the rabbanon. But it's definitely not a normal way of wearing it, right? Not the normal way of wearing this garment is already trouble. That's just a general outline of the entire sugya that will accompany us from now till the end of the page almost. Okay? Once we know the rules, everything will be very easy. Okay, Bezos Hashem. Amar Yitzchak Bar Yosef. Amar, you good? Yeah, question? I mean, questions will come along if we want, no problem. Amar Yitzchak Bar Yosef, Amar B'Yochanan, just to check them recorded. Oh, yeah, Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem, Siyata Dishmaya. Yeah, let's try and grow every day. Yeah. Amar Yitzchak Bar Yosef, Amar B'Yochanan. Hayoytze betalis mekupeles. Now, remember, we're talking about tallis. Imagine yourself the tallis that you used to. Tallis, the one you wore this morning, the one you wore tomorrow morning too. Hayoytze betalis mekupeles, folded over, munachas lol kseifoy b'Shabbos. You take the tallis and you wear it like a scarf. The whole thing is hugging your. I'm checking again. Igbia shipuleh al kseifav, says Rashi. I just made sure. That's what I told you before. The shipulim, the very, very back, you take them and you wear them in the front. So the whole tallis is now, all four sides of the tallis are somewhere around your neck. Opa, munachas lo ksefa b'Shabbos chayiv chatos. Bingo, wow. It's chayiv chatos. For sure it's not allowed because that's not the normal way, right? Why is it chayiv chatos? Yeah, why isn't it just a crazy way so it's shinui? Now you're going to know why. Tani nami hachi, a brisa that supports what we said. Soich reksus, aha. People who are merchants who deal with clothes, they sell fashion, they sell clothes to men, they sell talesim, and they walk around market, they walk around town wearing their own design, right? They wear their own thing. Hayotzim metalitas mekupolos, unochas oksefen b'Shabbos chayav in chatos. It's such reksus if they take the talis and fold it over this way, and everyone can see all the talis on their neck, they're like modeling their own thing, and they do it during the week also. Because it's normal for them, not as people want to wear it. They wear it all week long because that's their business. And that's how they model it, and that's how they walk around with it. So for them, that's a normal way of not wearing it. That's a normal way of carrying it. That's the worst level. You're carrying, and their way of carrying is a normal way of carrying. That's a lethal combination. You chayv chatas because you're carrying the talis. It's as if you take the talis in your Hugo Boss on Zara bag and you carry it in there. Yeah, it's the same thing because it's normal to carry that way all around your neck. Now, why does it affect me? I'm a kollel guy. I'm not a soicher ksus. My father actually was into textile, yeah, but not me. It was alav shalom. V'lo soicher ksus bilvadam or kol odom. Every person wears it like that. It's also normal. Explains the Meiri. It's true that it's more normal by the soichrim, but it's also normal by other people. Yeah, it's maybe not 100% normal. Maybe by other people it's 45% normal. Yeah, to wear it like that, but it's still normal enough to be mechayev. In other words, since there are enough people around the world who, when they want to carry the talis, because whichever reason, when they carry the talis not in the bag, they carry the talis like this. Like some people carry their towel, right? Oh, that's a good example. Many people go to the mikveh. How? What's a proverbial picture of a frum guy Friday? Walks with the thing on his with the talis on his shoulder. L'choira, not a place of halacha. I'm scared to talk. L'choira, if he did it on Shabbos, in place without air, it's probably the chayv chatos. Why? He's not wearing the towel, especially if it's wet and out of the mikveh. I'm not going to other question of schita, yeah. So, but that's a normal way of carrying. I am not carrying it in my hand. So what? If it's normal to carry it over your shoulder, and that's a normal thing to do, and every chosid and every litvak and everybody does that, you're carrying your magavet, you're carrying your towel, Mister, and you have chatas, unless there's something I don't know, right? Now continues the Gemara on the same venue. Hayoitze b'mois atzruyin lo bezdinoi. A person carries the mois, money, coins that are tsaru, that are bundled together, tied together, besdino, also some kind of garment that he has. He has a garment, and in the garment he created like a small pocket. Yeah, five chatas. Yeah, chenveni, if it's a person who's the chenveni is a shopkeeper, person dealing with the money, the shopkeeper has a lot of cash before credit cards were invented, so he has a lot of cash, and if he carries it not in a formal bag, but he has some kind of bulging, something in his bag that he created the pocket. It's chayav chatos v'lo chenvin bilvad amru, not just the shopkeeper, l'kol odom, el shedalko shel chenveni lo tzkach. Very good. So now the chenveni is normal, and other people sometimes other people who deal with money. They're also pretty normal the way for them to carry it like that. If it's normal during the week, on Shabbos you have chatas, that's called carrying. Now, here we're going to see. I'm going to play a game with you now. Spot the differences. We're going to see now. Yeah, that's your challenge. Yeah, whoever knows wins the what? I don't know. A new tallis? No, no, not maybe. Yeah, fine. Weiter. Listen carefully to the next statement and tell me what's the difference between the statement we had now and the statement we're about to learn now. Yeah? We said up until now what? What did we say before? You take a tallis, you fold the tallis, the back goes to the front, so it kind of more or less hugs your shoulders. Chayv chatos. Now listen to this. The ratonin are either people from a place called Ratan, or Tosis says ratonin are rahatonin. Rahatonin are runners, people who, yeah, their job is to run. They're the sprint, they run from place to place as messengers. They work for Walt, but just without the without the scooter, without the motorcycle. They run from place to place. Yoitzin besudolin shal ksefon. They're allowed to wear the sudar. Sudar is something that people, it's not a sweater. Sudar is a scarf like the Sfardi Rabbanim wear, like the Baba Sali. They wear it over their head. And I mean, the Baba Sali may be a whole long cloak, not that. They wear like a cloak over their head, not like a scarf over their head and their shoulders. It's much shorter than a talis, yeah? They wear like a sudar shal ksefan. So now they wear the sudar al ksefan over the shoulders without the head. Yeah. Rashi says here, I want to look inside Rashi again. The Atoni, no, somebody else says that. Somebody else says that. Yeah, mekupa. Right. Yeah. In other words, the Ratonim take the headscarf and they wear it around their necks, right? And Yoitzin, that's okay. Because normally the scarf is worn a bit longer. They take the scarf and they're mitzamtzem, they make it closer just around their neck instead of letting it flow, right? It's over the head and over the shoulders like this, like the Arab women, like that. And then it's okay. Because when they run, they can't have it flowing all over, it's going to fall. So they want to just make sure like this to wear it around the scarf, around the neck, so it doesn't fall when they run. However, and that applies not only to Otani, not only to the runners, it's true by everybody. So you tell me, what's the difference? Didn't we just learn that you cannot take a garment and put it around your neck? How come all of a sudden here we're saying that it's okay to take the garment and coil it around your neck? What do you say? What's the difference? Beforehand, we spoke about Shulchan Aruch says, I really want to get, it's 10 to 9, my gosh, 10 to 10. No time. The difference is before it was a tallis. Before in the previous case was the tallis. This case is the sudal, which means tallis is way, imagine our tallis. Some poskim here say it means the tallis that we know, yeah? The tallis that you know, you took it all the way from the bottom over there, right? It almost touches the floor, and you fold the ganze talis, you fold it over here. The whole, all the weight, yeah, is here. That's very abnormal. The two tzitz is supposed to be in the back are now in the front. That's insane. That's very different, and that's carrying, and that's a normal way of carrying. The sudar, yeah, the sudar, when you wear it like this, that's normal for the sudar to wear. It's still called derech lavush. Maybe the style is a bit different than normal. Normally the sudar is like this, and you wear it like this. It's still a scarf, right? It's a head and shoulder scarf. So even though you made it tighter around your neck and you don't let it fall a little bit, it's still normal enough, right? It's not considered as I'm taking the whole tallis, which I don't know, 3 meters long, and I'm starting to fold the whole thing over here. That's much more normal. Here it's a scarf. The scarf to go like this, that's called normal. So that's one difference, and that's more or less what the Shulchan Aruch says. I guess tomorrow we'll have to bring the Mishnah Berurah again. Amar Yehuda, Ma'aseh b'Ulkenus b'nu shel Blezer b'nu Ulkenus, Horkenus, the son of Eliezer ben Horkenus, Shiyotze b'Sudar shel Ksefa b'Shabbos. He also did the same. He wore a sudar over his shoulders on Shabbos. El shanim akrucha lo be'etzboi. Oh, there was another issue. Maybe when you run on Shabbos, you wear a scarf. Maybe it's going to fall. If it's going to fall, you're going to come to pick it up. You carry it. So he had a safety mechanism. He had nima krucha lo be'etzboi, one strand, one fiber from the scarf, he would like extend and wear it on his finger, right? This way, it's not going to fall, right? This is like a safety measurement, safety mechanism to make sure the one hand is always connected to the scarf somehow to keep it in place. Chachamim said, okay, very nice, but not necessary. I feel what Chachamim heard about his minag to have the extra safety to have one finger on the pulse, as they say. So Amru, they said, afilu ein nima krucha lo betzvoi. Even if you don't have the nima, but that's halacha, it's okay. In other words, if your scarf is, there are things, by the way, not supposed to wear in Shabbos if they're going to fall. For example, flip-flops is not so simple to wear in the street in a place with no eruv. You may fall off your leg, off your foot, and you may come to carry it. The sudar, I guess, is tight enough, good enough, safe enough that you don't have to have that finger business that keeps it connected. And that's the halacha. Dosh Rav Nachman Rav Chizda Mishmed Rav Chizda. Rav Nachman quoted his father Rav Chizda, but drosho. Dorosh means he gave a public speech, a public psak. Aloche, ve aloche. Even if you don't have the nima on your fingers, it's okay. Yeah, yeah, so you can wear your scarf, even if you wear it in a way that's a bit different, yeah, more tight than normal, it's still okay because for the scarf, it's not such a big difference. A tallis, to start wearing the entire tallis just on your neck, that's insane. And that could be even chayv chatas if that's a normal way of carrying it. It's true, by the way. Some people in the Chutzart say, no, maybe in places that they do that. I've seen that, right? You've seen that too. You live in the Chutzart. I do also live in the Chutzart. Yeah, you know they do in Chutzart? They're scared that the goyim should see them with the tallis on Shabbos, right? When they walk to shul, right? So they wear it under the jacket. So they fold the tallis, right? Like this, and nobody can see the tallis because it's all under the short jacket. It's a big problem. I'm not saying they do it in a place with eruv, maybe they do it in a place that's mutter, but I'm saying it's an issue, yeah? Okay, let's continue as much as we can. Here comes a new case called the case of the marzev. So that case has so many different explanations in the Rishonim. We'll just pick 2 or 3 explanations. First, we'll read the Gemara. Now, the case is marzev. Marzev actually means a gutter, or marzev in simple language means a pipe, right? So the question is as follows. Ula ikla lebe Asi Barhini. Ula came to the house of Asi Barhini, Barmine. They asked Ula, the scholar in residence, they asked him, Ma lasas marzev b'Shabbos. Is one allowed to make the tallis look like a pipe on Shabbos? Oh, what does that mean? Many explanations. I promise you I'll explain either today or tomorrow. Be'ezras Hashem. Omar lu hach yomar biloi. Also lasas marzev b'Shabbos. You're not supposed to make your tallis look like a pipe on Shabbos and go out to the street like that. My marzev. What does marzev mean? The Gemara already is asking the question. Amar b'zera kisi bavlioso. It looks like the pockets of the Babylonian people. And I think because it's 5 to 10, this happy note, I'll give you one pshat. I won't keep you in suspense. One pshat, we'll start with Rashi. Rashi, the classical commentator on the Talmud. So basically, Rashi says, what about if you have a long talis, a kapite talis, some long flowing robe, garb, yeah? And you want to take the bottom, the sides, and make them like the entire bottom of the clothes, yeah, of the garment. You go and you make it into like that, like this. A hem, but not a closed one. A hem that looks like a half pipe, right? You know what I'm saying? Like this, okay. All over, like a dress or a woman's dress, and that hem you connect with some strings. So that's not allowed. And Rashi says it's not about carrying on Shabbos because you're creating a beged. it's a makeh bepatish because now you made a new shape to your beged and it's not allowed. That's one way. The other explanations tomorrow, Bezos Hashem. What's tomorrow? Wednesday, right? Tomorrow we have a normal Shir Bezos Hashem, and on Thursday, and we'll continue the Sugya. We'll see Mishnah Berurah, hopefully. The other explanations tomorrow, Zev, and Bezos Hashem will be able to keep Shabbos properly. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for helping me grow every day. Shtikol, shkoyach, tzirosfus. Thank you very, very much. Really, really, really appreciate participation, and especially to our anytime.